Hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of MOPO. I'm Rob. I'm here with Dave. You can find us at The Scientist and at DaveRoach83 on Twitter, as well as It's All MOPO at It's All MOPO on Twitter. Today is going to be another episode of Preacher, the second episode to be more specific. The third episode to be correct about it. Yeah, sorry, I literally just woke up from a nap. Yeah, so we start off with
what I would think is kind of like a mystery scene. They're going to try to throw these little side mysteries at us and bring it up later.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have Tulip talking with this lady. And she's getting the address for Carlos.
Yeah, she's getting that information.
Yeah, so we know that, but then she takes it to... It's like they go into a snuff film movie theater.
But what happens is Tulip kind of gives this lady this information, and then this lady takes whatever this information
to that snuff film theater, like 8mm style. You thought Johnny Cage or Nicolas Cage was going to come in and start beating the crap out of everybody.
And she hands it off to this dude, and dude man basically
shoos her away,
and he kind of walks out after that, and that's all we really.
But I mean, he's wearing all white suit, kind of almost what you would think somebody in Miami would be wearing, in Scarface.
Yeah, but it's definitely in Texas.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely...
you're saying he's not from there.
I'm saying maybe he's not from there, but it's that style of clothing.
No doubt.
Not as gaudy, maybe, more modern.
Yeah,
but
definitely a plain white suit.
Yeah, plain white suit. He's got the hat, the nice big brim hat. From the comic... I don't remember the guy's name, but there's a guy with a giant scar through one of his eyes.
Yeah,
and he's a main player. He's a pawn mover. And
for sure. And this could be that character.
I think it's that guy, because he was also bald. So I'm curious to see if that is actually the guy I think it is or not. From there, we move on to the Angels are talking with the sheriff in the motel room.
Okay, because he's just trying to figure out what these boys are actually doing.
Yeah, what are they doing? And then they're trying to...
It's a small town.
Yeah.
You two just show up and, so...
It's kind of all right, well, we're here because we're after this vigilante, or we're after this fugitive, which they don't say fugitive, but the sheriff is is it some kind of dangerous fugitive? And then the one angel goes, yes, and then the other one's no. So these guys can't agree on nothing.
Right.
One seems to be always honest, while the other one's always really shady and, close to the vest.
Right.
But yeah, so sheriff basically takes away that the world is basically coming to an end, not so directly, but kind of under the surface of what he was saying. He talks about
kind of a whole
kids
anyway
that got kidnapped, and it wasn't even by this known child molester or anything. It was just this old guy who happened to work in the park for years without incident.
Then one day just rapes and murders 2 kids.
It was a moment of opportunism.
Yeah, he's just been waiting for this moment.
Yeah.
For the last 20 years. Maybe not the first 5 years. Maybe he was happy then. But then he just sees all these happy families roll by 10 years in, 15 years in. He said, no, one of these days I'm going to leave one of these kids with me, man. And I'm just going to...
Yeah, it was so twisted the way he was talking about it, too. Nobody suspected him so much so that... what was it? They left the kids with them.
Yeah.
Hey, this crazy stuff is going on. Watch my kids.
I can't find my one baby.
I see
Can you watch these two?
I see you here all the time.
Right.
And it was wild because they said the 2 kids that were taken by the guy who maintenance the park
or whatever.
They found those 2 kids, but mutilated and destroyed.
No, they found the one kid, but then then the other one they never even found.
Oh, see, I thought they were talking about another kid entirely, the original one they were looking for.
No, they found the original one.
Oh, okay. But yeah, then they never even found the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was messed up.
Yeah, it's a pretty creepy little side story. Unnecessary, but...
Yeah, it was just kind of like, man, the world's really lost.
Yeah, it's a torn up world they're living in.
Then we go to that lady whose daughter got, like, her head blown off or whatever.
She got her head caved in.
We see what happened when Preacher went to go visit. Like, now her eyes are open. And, like, the brother's taking selfies and stuff with her.
That kid
like,
selfies.
all messed up. And she's kind of...
Like we talked about.
Yeah.
There,
she's
looking
like
a veggie.
Yeah, oh man, like I feel bad that I was rude to him and
the mom,
the mom.
Yeah, feed your food to my dogs.
Yeah, like that was so mean.
They're hungry.
But yeah, and then just this girl now. She's what you were saying. If you can hear, you can obey. But it's kind of like, I mean, don't tell this girl to open her eyes.
The word of God trump brain functionality.
Yeah, like okay, she can hear. She opened her eyes. Can he be like, act normal? Go back to the way it was, and she just started walking around like nothing was wrong. I mean,
I don't know.
That'd be crazy.
That's some deep stuff.
That'd be like a real zombie, like back in the day zombie.
Right. But yeah, like white zombie.
Yeah. Then
go put homework.
Yeah, right.
Go find white zombie.
Then you have
but no,
Donnie.
they got this chick just sitting there, looking like a freaking monster. Really, just this corpse sitting there with its eyes open. Now, yeah, that's not 10 times creepier.
Yeah, right. At least you could be sleeping, in a coma. Now it's just my goodness.
And then like you said, is she blinking those eyes?
No.
That's crazy.
So now on top of rubbing lotion all over her every day, they're going to be dropping their eyes, and they'd have to do that probably every hour, every other hour.
Yeah, I mean,
because those eyes are just,
boy. Woo.
They're going to become wax eyeballs in no time.
Yeah. But so then, I guess what? Then it goes on to with Donnie chopping the boy off on.
No, he takes him out back, and you think he's going to beat his ass, and you're like, oh no. And then he's just kind of awkwardly explaining that his mom likes to get beat, and he's like, adults are kind of weird.
Mama likes it rough, boy.
Yeah, pretty much. And he's like, I love your mom. And I was just like, this kid is going to get the wrong idea on this.
It always confused me, like, is that his real dad or is that his stepdad? I think it's his dad. But he acts like it's his stepdad.
Yeah. All signs are saying stepdad, but it very much seems like it's his actual dad.
Yeah, his real dad. So what the hell are you being so awkward around this boy for?
Well, why is the son so awkward around the dad?
Yeah.
It's like you grew up with him, right? I mean, he didn't just come back. Like, what? Yeah, that whole family dynamic is really twisted. Like, beyond the fact that the mom likes it rough.
Yeah. There's a lot more going on there. But yeah, he takes him over to the bus then, and we see that the bus driver has, Preacher did a job on him because he has no idea about that little girl anymore.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then the kids start making fun of Donnie, start squealing at him. What do they call him? Like Bunny Man? Or?
Yeah, they call him Bunny Man. Yeah. And right before he shows up and they start making fun of him, bus driver... Oh, you already said that.
Yeah.
Didn't even recognize the girl, and then they started making fun of him, like, "Oh, you don't know who you are." Which I'm like, this is the kind of be careful what you wish for with this preacher power, with this word of God.
Well, you've already seen that when dude got ripped out his heart in front of his mama.
He seems to be. He's like, forget about her. It's
he doesn't know how to control.
He needs to go a little bit more into it,
more specific with your command, your word of God.
Exactly.
Because we see. I guess it goes right into Jesse.
From there, it goes to Jesse and Cassidy.
Right, and that's
he's
why I was
testing
about
out
to
his
say.
power.
He's testing out the power because he sits there and says, "Sing me some Johnny Cash." He'd say, "Me some Johnny Cash."
Yeah.
They don't know if Johnny Cash is or whatever.
I like that because he'd be like, "Who's the president of this?" He's like, "I don't know that."
He said, "Who's the governor of Texas?" He said, "Chuck Norris."
I mean, it's not going to put knowledge into your head, but you'll divulge.
You are literally
Yeah.
going to follow his instructions.
Yeah.
If he tells you to do something, you're going to do it.
To the best of your ability.
Yeah,
it's not going to give you any added ability. Yeah.
To do exactly so. It's funny because that's exactly what it is. Said, sing me some Johnny Cash. He's singing back, me some Johnny Cash.
Yeah, because I don't know any Johnny Cash.
Or maybe he does know Johnny Cash, but
but it was literal. Because I'm just saying, Cassidy seems like somebody who would know Johnny Cash.
Apparently, vampire. I'm sure he's not no new vampire. I'm sure he's been around a little bit.
He's from I think the 1800s or something like that.
Well,
the
he said
1700s.
something about he's like a 120-year-old vampire somewhere along.
Oh, so
and in later episodes, we do get a much better explanation, but we are not at that.
So if he's saying like 120, they're probably putting him at like 1900s instead of like 1800s.
Yeah. Like, I don't think he's that old, but who knows? It could be turn of the century. Who knows?
Still before modern technology.
Well,
like serious modern technology.
Yeah, true.
Because, he's also in Ireland at the same time, so, I gotta assume...
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, you boy! You done did it now!
The Irish word has developed as everybody else.
We had potatoes running our street lamps! That was pretty funny, though.
But yeah, he does a real good job of testing out these powers on Cassidy, where he literally tries to make him fly, and he throws
he just
himself
runs right into the wall.
And that's when he's like, oh, damn, maybe I should cool out. My bad.
Oh, yeah, and then he also describes it as, like, having all of God's creation inside of him. He talks about, like, spiders and rainbows. And
right. Well, because... I'm going to talk about the comic. In the comic, when this spirit entered him, he knew everything right away. Bam. He had all the knowledge. He knew exactly what was going on with everything.
Yeah, he was hit with the whole how it came about.
They're acting, they're going with that he has no knowledge of what's, going on.
Or hasn't unlocked it yet.
Right, except for what he's learning. But what we know in the comics there's not just this one power. There are a few other powers that I hope they delve into, but that's yet to be seen. Yeah,
I would assume they would. It's just going to be a little bit. Definitely going to be a little bit. And then you have like Tulip tries to get Jesse to come with her to kill Carlos. They're like, yo, I got the name, I got the address. Or
right.
Before that, he's like, no, I'm here to save the town. I made the promise to my dad.
I want to do good. She's like, oh, you miss it. He's like, no, I don't want that life anymore.
And then she pulls out the address.
And then she mentions Carlos.
And then he's like,
and that's like, oh,
yeah.
Shoot.
She's like, you got to worry about that childhood promise some other time. This is
and
business.
They basically skate off. They're going to go get Carlos.
Yeah, and he left them high and dry, ditched them at the scene of the crime after having murdered somebody and stole the money.
Mm-hmm.
So they got him triple. So and they just take off, like, more or less. Yeah. They take off and they leave his truck there on the side of the road, and they're in her car, and they drive on to a gas station.
But before that, doesn't it?
Yeah, before that, it does jump to Cassidy and the Angels again.
And the Angels, because
he sees them driving by, and he's like, these guys are driving the same van.
Yeah,
and he sees them get out in, like, all this army gear, like, all this body armor, and just runs them the hell over. Just like, boom, dead.
He still thinks that they're after him.
Yeah, he still thinks that they're after him.
And, he kills these guys again. He's like, I killed you already. But
he's like, how do you guys keep fighting? Or no, he's like, if you guys want to sneak up on me, you got to drive a different van. And then he's like, wait, I killed y'all. What are y'all, clones? And then he starts going off on this whole conspiracy theory idea that they're clones.
He's worried about, cleaning these guys up again. And he starts, but then he hears something, and he goes down to church, and
it's these guys there again. Knocks him in the honest angel in the face like a good 2-3 times. He's like, no, don't hit me. Go.
Before the end, he's like, we're not here for you. He's like, oh. And like, they kind of try to explain to him the gist, Jesse got this thing, and obviously he knows what they're talking about.
They're from the department of the government called Heaven.
But he knows that Jesse has these powers, so he's not exactly out of the loop, when they come in.
It's not as far-fetched to hear this from them. Yeah. So he basically goes, oh well, I'll explain the rundown to him and let him know what you guys are here to do and everything, and
let me be your middleman.
Yeah, let me be your middleman. And they're like, oh well, why would he listen to you? It's like, we're mates. Which I'm kind of like Cassidy, like, I guess they are friends.
They are for sure.
They are friends, but the first time I saw it, it just made me laugh. Like, y'all just met. And then from there it cuts to...
They're at the gas station.
Yeah, they're at the gas station. And Preacher has to use the bathroom. And he goes in, he's washing his face up, and then here's Donnie behind him with a gun.
So what the fuck, is Donnie following these people the whole time? How is Donnie just up in the men's room at this gas station?
And when they come out, where he's parked is like right next to their car, and it's like, Tulip didn't see this car pull up?
No, because she was in the store.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. So, yeah, he must have just... Dude, this guy, who knows? Unless he just happened to see them and he just whipped in real quick.
Yeah, so you know what?
It's like, oh, okay,
it's my time for revenge or whatever. But this nut dude is sitting there. This is why they don't want men in women's bathrooms. Because this dude got a gun brandishing out all up on Preacher talking about squeal, boy.
It's like, now you gonna make the bunny nails, the bunny noise,
and you can see it in his face. He's just so not confident about this whole thing. He looks so scared. It's just like, damn well he's not gonna squeal for you, even as you say that.
Yeah.
So then blast him in the face already. If you're gonna blast him in the face,
but instead he goes to pistol whip him. And Preacher just stopped.
Yeah, he used that word on him.
And he froze, like his arm's still all crooked up.
And he's even like, what? Like, trying.
Yeah, trying to just bring it down. And he's like, back up. He backs him up into a stall, sit down. He's sitting on the toilet. It's like, put the gun in your mouth. And he's, the panic in his face, like, he doesn't know what is going on.
Yeah, he's like, how's this happening?
Like, he is out of his mind right now.
He even goes as far as to make him pull the hammer back.
Oh, pull the hammer back. And, right there, he might as well be taking a shit in that toilet he's sitting on.
And I think that kind of makes Jesse snap back and like, look, this is not what this power is for. I need to use this power to save people, not kill people.
And then
I think that kind of is like that pivot. He tells him to drop the gun. He goes out, and I think, doesn't he take Donnie's car?
Well, no. Donnie drives off and bolts, and then Preacher comes back out, and Tulip's there. Because, like, when...
Oh, that's right. He's just like,
he's just like, no, I'm not going. I'm not doing it. Like, I guess it made him have second thoughts about killing Carlos.
Yeah.
It's like, I have this power. I can't be killing people. Yeah. Well, I mean, though that changes pretty quick as we get into the actual...
easily distracted or whatever. So,
he's the absent-minded killer Preacher. But, so I mean, that was a really intense scene. Pretty wild. I
guess...
I guess like you go to Eugene, and do we know at this point what Eugene's connection is with her?
He wants to go visit the girl
because
her eyes open.
He's like, oh, it'd be nice for her to have some visitors.
And his daddy's like, you leave them people alone. Robber.
You want to get killed,
right?
There something is definitely going on. There's tension, but then they kind of almost dismiss it with the dad's paranoia of the horrors in the world because he's still hung up on that whole incident at the park and what the angels told him.
There's definitely some strong illusion going on there that those two kids are connected somehow.
Which I think we might find out in the next episode.
I mean, we're going to be finding out for sure, but I'm not going to... No spoilers for future episodes.
Yeah, maybe. I'll tell you what, you just deal whatever comes your way. If you got a problem with spoilers, you can just turn it off.
if you haven't listened to any of our podcasts by now, we don't really care for your spoilers. So.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen it by now, and we're doing this so late, if you haven't seen it by now, you just might as well just admit you have no intention of watching it.
Right.
I mean, it shouldn't matter to you at this point.
Right.
You're probably going to wait another 3-4 months to a year to finally watch it anyway. So, I mean, you're telling me your memory's that good?
Right.
I don't even know what I did Thursday.
Spoilers. I want to see it tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm waiting until it all comes out. That's on Netflix, though. It all comes out at the same time. Oh, well, I'm waiting until I get Netflix. You ain't even got Netflix?
Right, you don't got Netflix.
It's like, no, you ain't watching it. You ain't watching.
But,
from there, you just go to Preacher praying. Like, there's like a kind of like a makeshift funeral.
The funeral for the boy
who rips his heart out.
I forget his name because, I mean, it should be a more memorable character, but sadly he's not.
Yeah, and they're like in the desert. There's all these empty chairs, and it's just Preacher and his assistant.
And Emily or whatever.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad that nobody in that town.
Yeah, nobody. And I think that shows you how lost that town is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's all building on this layer after layer of foreshadowing. Which is rough because if you read the comics, it happens in like the first comic, like if not the first couple pages.
Well, and I'm not saying this town gets obliterated or anything, but in the first couple pages of this comic, this town is gone.
Well, the church itself, the building,
the church is gone because he gets that power and it makes him blow everything up. So. We'll see. We'll see what actually happens to this town, but I sure hope he doesn't spend too much more time.
Yeah, because I'm curious what happens.
Beyond the season. Like, if he spends the rest of the season in this town, okay, whatever. But if it goes beyond this first season where he's still hanging around here,
I'm gonna call shenanigans.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit upsetting.
Yeah, because I haven't seen the last few episodes. I figure I'm waiting just so as we get to those, I can get a more real experience. Be like, oh my god, I can't believe I saw that.
And then that's kind of how they end the episode.
Yeah,
right?
they just pan out real far, and he's praying.
Forlorn scene of a.
Oh yeah, you have this release valve of some sort, and it just pops open and just goes. Whoa.
Yeah, they kind of focus on that, just say,
and then it just shuts, and that's it.
The pressure of the town releasing, there's another day going by or whatever.
Yeah, it was interesting.
But yeah, like I thought this was a really good episode. I think the highlight was definitely the whole scene between him and Donnie in the bathroom.
Yeah, that seemed to be the real is Donnie just being degraded because there was multiple parts in that episode where he's just being degraded and put down, not just by the things that we mentioned.
Preacher even says that, look, I'll make a deal with you. I'll make it look like you killed yourself because I don't want the whole town thinking I whipped your ass again. Or, something.
Yeah, and that was right before he forced him into the stall.
Yeah, he used the word, and he was going to make him bang himself, and he's like, you know what, man, show mercy on this dude, and we'll see how Donnie. I mean, Donnie, you gotta know by now you're the one fucking up here. Like,
I mean, and it's if everything is coming off legit, he seems like a decent father.
Yeah, he's not.
I mean, it seems like the only tension is the fact that the son thinks he's like seriously hurting his mom, and then it turns out it's a misunderstanding.
And he seems like a prick or whatever, like alpha, dog who's losing his spot almost to this Preacher dude. Like Preacher made him look bad in front of the pack.
Yeah, like he's the town tough guy, and now he doesn't have that status anymore.
Exactly, kind of losing that. And I'm not saying bad guy or not bad guy.
Yeah, I don't see him as a bad guy.
He's an evil dude.
I don't see him as a evil guy either.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where this dynamic, where this dynamic
anger management issues.
Definitely angry. Definitely lost.
Yeah,
and I don't know. We'll see, but yeah, I'm really excited to see where things are starting to pick up and see where the season takes us.
Yeah, we're moving along. I'm definitely enjoying the Cassidy scenes. I'm loving that. Yeah. I mean, that's just so funny to me. I mean, he's definitely the comic relief
for sure.
But all right, that was episode 3 of Preacher. Tell us what you thought. What scenes were memorable for you? Let us know in the comments. Yeah, share, subscribe.
Share it, watch it. we'd love to hear what you think. Remember, it's all MOPO. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, it's matter of personal opinion, all day, every day.
And we'd love to hear yours.